Health, Yoga, Wine. Welcome to my podcast. This is Valerie Hale. I study with 3 mentors, meaning I actually subscribe, enroll, and purchase programs from 3 of the most amazing transformational gurus in the world, Mary Morrissey, Bob Proctor, and Peggy McCall. Lately, I have been studying quite a bit with Mary Morrissey because she has a spiritual side of her. And if you notice, after I talk about wealth, I go into Kundalini Yoga. And that's because I've been studying Kundalini Yoga for 24 years. Recently, Mary talked about bringing laughter to your life. And we're in a pandemic. The whole world is in a pandemic. That's why it's called a pandemic. And while it's difficult for any of us to think, what do you mean to bring more laughter into your life? This is how it translates also into bringing wealth to your life. Many of you know, if you've listened to my podcast, that wealth, this subject, has nothing to do with your bank account. However, I do talk about ways to increase your abundance, whether that be in your bank account or whether that be with your intrinsic friendships, your genuine relationships, your physical health, your mental acuity. All of these lead to abundance and wealth in our life. Mary was talking about how laughter is important in our lives because it's a vibration. There are laws of the universe, and vibration is the number one law in spirituality. When you laugh, you are attracting more goodness into your life. And laughter with the idea that you're happy, that something is genuinely funny. What I do to bring more laughter in my life, I have a wicked sense of humor. I call people up and I talk to them. The people I know who will laugh at what I'm laughing at. And I also call people to cheer them up because I know not everyone has a handle on this yet. This whole idea of the laws of the universe, Kundalini Yoga, eating and drinking better food and wine. And that's why I've done this podcast, because at the end of the day, I want to improve everyone's life. Just take one topic for which I'm speaking and incorporate that into your life. Back to laughter. I was having a very cranky day, maybe last week, it could have been Monday. I was just angry about everything. I was upset about Verizon hasn't sent me a new phone in a month. I was upset about our crazy Congress. I was upset about the pandemic. I cry every day for this country. And I happened upon Jimmy Fallon, who did a hilarious skit. I went on YouTube, or it just crossed my internet desk. And I love all these late night guys. I can't stay up that late, but I love them. And I laughed my hiney off. I laughed so much, tears were coming out of my eyes. And it changed my whole world. And quite honestly, I work from that vibration. I do find humor in everything. That's another subject, because Mary talks about not just humor, but how you can find the good in the worst situation. And that has always been me. Remember, I talked about being angry? Well, that's going to lead us into Kundalini Yoga. Before I go there, think of ways that you can at least laugh at least 2 or 3 more times a day. If you have children, get into their child innocence behavior. If you have a spouse, I know things are difficult. Thank God I live by myself. I have 2 cats, and they're actually really crazy right now. And I read that our animals, they get all this pandemic stuff because our schedules are so different now for them also. And my cats, I'm living in Florida, and it's nippy down here. And even though we moved from New York, they're like crazy. They're chasing each other all over the place, and they're finally playing with their fake mice. They're hilarious. So find some humor in your life, because you're going to attract the goodness that we all deserve. When you laugh, it's a higher vibration. Your vibrations attract. They attract what you want in your life. If you're grumpy every day and you're complaining about every day, you are simply attracting more of this nonsense into your life. Remember I talked about being angry? I was angry about Verizon. I was angry about the pandemic. I was angry about, oh gosh, my property in New York hasn't sold yet. In Kundalini Yoga, which is the oldest of all yogas in the world, it's over 5,000 years old, I study from one guru. I call them yoginis, Prakash. And if you go on my website, all this information is there. There's links to more information. Chez, C-H-E-Z, Valerie.us. If you go on my website, chezvalerie.us, you will get the link to Mary and Bob and Peggy's programs and more information from me. Send me an email with specific questions, or just vent. It's okay. Prakash teaches Kundalini Yoga virtually now from New York. And one of the absolute best kriyas, which is equivalent to an exercise, a set, one of the best is the anger breath. And I was going to write her. Now, I have been studying Kundalini Yoga for over 25 years now. I was actually going to write her and say, I can't believe I'm angry like this. This is not like me. I'm not an angry person. I'm the first person in the well segment that I was talking about. I'm the one who always finds humor in a situation. I'm the one who has the belly laugh. I'm the one who's getting in trouble for laughing too much. Yeah, I've gotten in trouble for that. But I remembered, before I text her, the anger kriya. And here's what you do, folks. Put your hands in fists. They don't have to be tight, but make them firm. You're going to breathe with your mouth in a circle. It's going to be in and out through your mouth. You pucker like you're blowing out birthday candles or any candle. And it has to go to your belly. That's what's important about Kundalini Yoga. The breath has to be all the way down to our belly. So you're going to have your hands and fists, both of them. They're going to go backwards. Remember, backwards over your head. You are going to be pissed when you do this. It's going to sound like this. And both of your hands are going back over your head. You're going to think of all the things that make you angry. I'm angry my property hasn't been sold in New York. I am pissed off that Verizon's taken a month to send me a new phone. I'm pissed that the pandemic is killing people all over the world. I'm pissed. Just get pissed. It's okay. This is one of the best kriyas. I'm crying. Because it will abate your anger, and it will, every day do this, you will have such clarity and calm and focus. You will be able to make it through any day when you do this kriya. It's okay to be pissed, but don't be angry at the world out there, and don't be angry at yourself. Don't be angry at your spouse or your children. This is how you control your world, and that's what's so important about Kundalini Yoga. I don't know any other yogas. I don't care about them. Kundalini Yoga is a lifesaver for me, and so has been Mary Morrissey. Wine. Let's get to a really fun topic here. If anyone has listened to my past podcast, I love good rosés. And the holiday season is actually perfect for rosé champagne. They're expensive if you want to splurge a little. But what I'm reading lately is, I had to take a sip of rosé. I usually don't have a glass of wine when I do my podcast, but it's the holidays. I've been reading lately online what I call my internet desk about holiday shopping for wines. Now, I want to remind you send me an email. I will help you shop for wines, because I'm seeing some stupid suggestions out there that are basically expensive, and they're going to be difficult wines to find for you guys and girls, folks. ShayValerie.us. What I want you to understand is that you can easily find a nice gift, a nice bottle of wine for $20, $25. Don't make the mistake of going into, if you're down here in the South, of going into these grocery stores, these huge box stores, and buying wines that are stacked to the ceiling. That's an insult. It's an insult to your palate, and it's an insult to vintners around the world. It's an insult to your recipient. What I want you to do is send me an email, and I will help you explore really nice gift giving wines between $20 and $25. I was reading in the food and wine section that there are all these obscure wines that were in the 30s, and I thought, these folks are never going to find the wines. So send me an email. I'm more than happy to help you shop. Let me know where you live, and I'll find a couple of shops. I'll find wines for you at that shop. And, now they're doing curbside delivery. So if you don't feel like going on side, you don't have to go inside. I'm going to make one more comment, and I'm not going to name the wine. But if you want to contact me, I'll tell you about the disgusting wine that this particular magazine suggested you don't need to buy any other wine. This is the perfect wine for gift giving. It's not. It is swill. It's very popular, and it's disgusting. And once again, you will insult your recipient. There's nothing special about this wine. It is mass-produced to meet the basic palate. It's a big, juicy, high-alcohol, gross wine. I know, unfortunately, a lot of people like those wines. I really want to open people's minds and have them try wines from around the world that are affordable and will really pop your eyes open and please your palate. That's what this podcast is about. It's about making you happier, giving you control over your life. And so everything you put into your system, whether it be your mind or your body, your spirit, you have 3 choices when you listen to my podcast. You don't have to take all my advice. Choose one and work on it for 30 to 60 days. Just to remind you, laugh. If that means you have to go to YouTube and find funny and silly animal videos, I love the ones on cats, of course. I'm a cat owner. Makes me laugh, laugh, laugh. Do that. You raise your vibration. When you raise your vibration, you're going to increase the good attraction. And Kundalini Yoga, man, I'm telling you, the anger breath, you're gonna kill it. If you learn how to do this anger breath and you do it every morning, every evening, every afternoon, you're gonna sail through this pandemic nonsense. Send me an email. All right, how to do it. Just take classes from her Prakash. She's amazing. And wine. I really want you folks to start drinking good wine. Please don't buy that stuff that is, you see a 25 stack. Everybody thinks, oh, it must be good wine. No, it's not. The retail store got this huge discount. So it has nothing to do with the consumer. It's really driven by the retailer. Au revoir.